Your diploma doesn't fall from the blue sky, and similarly, the person that you are together with does not fall from the blue sky. He is there for a reason, because we have our karma, our certain emotions and reactions coming out from our heart. It attracts a certain person. And if we can really realize this knowledge that everything that happens around me is actually a manifestation of my previous karma, then we can actually be successful in this life. Because as long as we are thinking that my partner is bad, he is doing this bad, he is doing this wrong, he should change this. So for this time, if we expect changes from the other person, then it will be a bad result. Instead, we have to realize that whatever is happening in my life is created by myself, and it is all coming from within myself. So what I have to do is to work on myself. If you try to fix some problems in reality, you go to the person and you want to talk out some difficulties, often happens that the problem just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The other person might not even want to speak to you, but you will be like, no, I have to go, I will go and speak with you. And then it's just a complete clash. So instead of trying to solve the problems externally, we have to start solving the problems internally. It can be done by different type of meditation, prayer, or let's say Shanti mantras that purify our mind, our consciousness. So if we do some good meditation, if we concentrate on positive, if we wish happiness to others, then the dirty things in our heart are being cleansed, and also this is starting to be reflected in other persons who surround us. So for example, if you do such a meditation, then naturally the thoughts about the other person will start to become more positive. Instead of always thinking that he is such a nonsense person, he's doing this wrong, he's doing that wrong, you will be able to start to accept the other person as he is, that his habits will not be affecting you in such a bad way. It will be like, okay, he is how he is, it's not disturbing me. So this is a first stage when we start to work on ourselves. Then if we continue this process, then the following stage is that we can actually approach the other person as if he is a good person and I'm a good person. Instead of thinking that he's bad and approaching him, saying him something in a negative way, we can approach him in a nice way. And the third stage is when we keep cleaning ourselves from all the dirty things that we have accumulated for millions of lifetimes, is that the karma, we are connected with every single person, we have some connection. There are subtle channels that we don't see. So if we clean these channels, then naturally the channel will be cleansed also in the heart of the other person, and he will be able to speak to you in a nice way also. These are laws that are not visible, but they are very practical. If you approach world in a positive, in a good way, then you will have the results that you desire much faster. So instead of trying to change the other person, we have to start changing ourselves. And the person that we are together with is for a reason. He is not just like that, appeared from a blue sky and we can find another person at any moment that we desire. No, we have to understand that the person next to you, he is the perfect match that you attracted. So you have to accept him. Also, not only that it's the perfect match, but it is actually the best that you deserve. If you have this mindset, then you can really appreciate your partner. If you think that the partner that I have is the best person that I deserve at this moment. I do not deserve anything better. Whatever he is, whatever he do, whatever he looks like, you have to accept, and only in this way something better in your life can happen. If you start thinking, well, he's acting in this way and this is how he should do it. He should act in such a way. He should look like this. It is the best person, and be positive towards this, and only then things will get better. So, of course, there is also some exceptions. For example, if the other person is acting in an ignorant way, he might have very damaging habits like violence, aggression, verbal aggression. So in such a case, we have to act in a correct way, which is to keep a bigger distance. We have the relationships, we have to put our efforts to maintain the relationships and to improve the relationships. And in such cases, to keep and improve relationships, you might need to take a distance. You might go to live in some other place, but you keep the relationship and you put some conditions that, well, if you want to be together, we can be together only on this and this agreement. And you can try, and of course it will not work from the first time, it will happen the same thing, and then again you make a distance, and thus little by little you can actually change the other person. But first of all, we have to change ourselves. We have to realize that we have to work on ourselves so that we can think in a nice way about the other person, and that then if we can start thinking in a nice way about the other person, then soon we will also be able to approach the other person in a nice way. So appreciate everything that you have. It is the best that you deserve, although how hard this could be to accept, but you have whatever you attract. So I wish you a nice evening, peace, and see you later.